What's up, guys? We're back here. It's the Bear With Me Pod episode 2. Believe it or not, we have a live studio audience. If you hear anything that isn't Mitch or I today, it's Mitch's younger brother Elliot. 2 L's, 2 T's. If he's eating, laughing, talking, we will throw him right under the bus,
He's already laughing.
and he knows it.
He's laughing while sipping a water out of a wine glass.
He has chips. I suppose he could have picked celery, but that's
About as bad as it can get for recording.
as we sit here. The Steelers are up 7-6 somehow by the grace of God. They're not losing to the Buccaneers. I'm wearing a TB12 jersey, but not Tom Brady. Terry Bradshaw, the original TB12.
That's right.
I'm here with Mitch, as you can tell.
As always. Back for round 2. They always say the sequel's better, right?
Yes. Sometimes.
I mean, what sequels are actually better is the real question.
Toy Story 2 and Empire Strikes Back.
I would agree with both of those.
Yeah, those are two.
Cars 2? Cars 2?
I like Cars 2, but a lot of people don't.
I'm all right with Cars 2. I have nothing against it, really.
I think the kids need to think about it more. Quit being toddlers and appreciate it.
That's fair. I mean, I do think Cars 2 is underappreciated. I also think Cars 3 is underappreciated, though, if I'm being honest.
Cars 3 one day, because Cars 3 makes me ask even more questions about the universe.
Car Pope.
Cars 2 introduces, maybe, I don't know if it's Cars or Cars 2, they introduced the Car Pope, which to me implies that there was a Car Jesus and there was a Carcifixion.
This is all correct. Elliot's now laughing, almost close to spitting out his chips over this Carcifixion comment.
I don't know what else you'd call it.
Elliot, it's the Lord's Day, so accept it. That's all I have to say.
What do you think of the Penn State yesterday?
Yeah,
I thought they were in it until they went for it on that 4th down at midfield, and that really sealed the deal.
That's about right. Our defense kind of played like, I believe I tweeted that it looked like they were a bunch of elementary school kids dressed up as Penn State players.
Halloween costume?
Yes, in Halloween costumes. That's correct, because they were bad. The offense honestly has looked worse in the past. With that being said, it was still pretty bad, and I would agree that halfway through third quarter-ish maybe we kind of started to tank, and it was not good.
And how is it that you described the Penguins' performance last night?
Oh, the Penguins are cracked.
Yeah, they are.
The Penguins are absolutely cracked out of their minds right now. 6-2 both games. Come on.
82-0. Here we go.
We're here. We're gonna have a franchise year. We have the best team I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I don't want to overestimate or anything, but I'm going to be real.
You see the guy on Twitter, he put together a thread talking about how the Capitals during the, Crosby, Malkin, Ovechkin era have been better than the Penguins because they've had more regular season success than the Penguins have, despite having 2 fewer cups.
I did not see this.
He was being dragged, appropriately so.
Really?
Yeah. Because that's a dumb take.
It is a pretty stupid take. I would agree.
I'm just going to ask everyone out there, all 7 of you that listen to this, I love all of you. Would you rather take the championship from the playoffs, the Stanley Cup, or the President's Trophy, meaning you got the most points in the regular season? And if you say the President's Trophy, stop listening to this podcast.
Yeah, leave.
Yeah.
Back out right now. Unsubscribe. We don't care.
Okay. I will lose 10% of my audience base right away.
I think this is 8 subscribers right now, and I'm pretty sure I can name every single one of them. But I'm just going to throw Elliot under the bus again because he's sitting right next to me, and I'm going to say, Elliot, why aren't you subscribed to Bear With Me Pod? Like, why, what are you... You're costing us valuable revenue, okay?
I'm trying to get monetized.
Yeah, that's right. We're in this for the money. We're not in this for fun.
That's right. Not because I think I'm a funny guy with an interesting perspective to make you all laugh.
All right.
Oh, good Lord. They're going for a 55-yard field goal
Chris
here.
Oswald lining up here.
On the logo.
4th and 11. Oh, boy.
They're yelling at
And are they going to ice him?
I didn't get the notification on my phone yet. So.
Oh, we got 4 seconds to kick this, which is now stopped at 4.
Timeout.
Yeah, it's been timeout.
Clock says 4-1-2.
All right, so they did ice him, in fact. So, never mind. We did not ice him. We called the timeout.
We iced our own kicker.
We iced our own kicker. Awesome. Good job, Steelers. Yeah. Okay, so you think we win this game?
Oh, God, I don't know.
I mean, it's the second quarter. We got 4:12 left on the clock. 4-1-2. I think that's a sign. We're currently winning by 1 point. Could be up by 4 here in the next minute.
We'll see. Mitch, you ever watch the old Watch Mojo videos? Top 10, top whatever, top.
Always.
Well, we're doing our own Watch Mojo. I can't do that lady's voice. She's very good at that.
Welcome to Watch Mojo.
And welcome to Watch Mojo indeed. And the kick is good.
Here we go, Chris Boswell. Boom. Slips it inside. Oh! It went through. Oh my god.
Thank you, Fox, for
it hit the
having your game on
crossbar.
delay.
It hit the crossbar and bounced through. Must have been some strong wind coming at him. He usually has room to spare. he was not kicking into the open end, actually, which is surprising.
So we ranked our top 5 favorite wrestlers.
Yes.
In no way is this in no way is this list supposed to be the wrestling Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
we're not saying that these are the 4 most monumental or 5 most monumental. We're saying these are our 5 favorites.
Yes, correct. Literally, what went into it was personal favorite, entertainment factors, cool entrance music. That's about it.
Slept with Lita on stage.
What dog is coming downstairs, Elliot? Is that Jackson? Or is he outside? He's outside. All right.
You have some honorable mentions.
I do have some honorable mentions. Would you like me to go through mine first?
Yes.
We're going to do one at a time here, back and forth, or do you want me to
The honorable mentions, we're going straight through the honorable mentions.
All right, honorable mentions for myself were John Cena. John Cena, obviously, quintessential WWE wrestler.
He's face of the company.
He never turned heel.
Hustle, loyalty, respect.
He's a great guy. Everyone loves him. Except for the people who say, John Cena sucks when he walks out. Number 2, Randy Orton. Mr. RKO, RK Bro. What else did he do? He won the championship 13 times.
Who else you got?
Triple H. Triple H, now the CEO of the company. But
he's almost in a different category because a lot of what he's been doing as of late is not in the ring.
This is true. And then, last but not least, a wrestler that I don't think either of us thought of to put on our list.
Say Cael Sanderson.
No.
Oh.
Hornswoggle.
Yep. Nope. No comment on that one.
Hornswoggle. Very small leprechaun man, and I love him. But he did not make the top 5.
My honorable mentions, John Cena, Rob Van Dam, Edge, Christian, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio right now doing some great stuff, great acting work with his son Dom. And the honorable mention that I just tipped my hand. We'll say Cael Sanderson. He's the first real wrestler that will be mentioned today. There'll be another one later, I suspect.
Custody of Dominic ladder match.
Yeah, that was a thing.
All I have to say.
All right, who's your number 5?
All right, my number 5 is the one, the only, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Dwayne The Rock Johnson comes in at number 5 for me. I thought about putting him higher on the list, but the fact of the matter is that I did not watch wrestling when he was at his peak. So I felt the need to put wrestlers that I did watch at their peak above him.
My entire top 5 is wrestlers I did not watch at their peak.
Okay, that's fair.
Because I either wasn't born or was very, very young.
Every other one of my wrestlers I watched at their peak.
Okay. Well,
maybe not their peak, but when they wrestled, I watched them.
My number 5 is the man himself. Well, I guess the devil's favorite demon, Kane. I love him. I love Glenn Jacobs. Mayor Kane. He's a big, intimidating dude with big muscles, and he does the same moves as the Undertaker.
Is he still mayor?
Yeah, he's up for election, I think.
Okay.
And that's, as of right now, that's the most political we'll get on this podcast.
Do mayors have term limits? Or is he allowed to just be a mayor?
I don't know.
Forever.
But they have terms. I know.
Do you know where he's a mayor at?
Knox County.
Knox County.
Not Knoxville. Knox
nice.
County.
Knox County. Cool. Shout out Glenn Jacobs.
So I'm going to go ahead with my number 4 because my number 4 was The Rock.
Okay.
So we talked about him.
have some similarities here.
Black Adam, we love him. The Rock's one of those guys where you can just go on YouTube and type in The Rock best burns, best lines, or whatever, and you will find a clip you have never seen before because it's fantastic.
If you smell,
I wasn't about to do that.
I went ahead and did it because Elliot wouldn't at the band festival.
Who's your number 4?
My number 4 is from Money Plane, Edge.
Edge, Adam Copeland, married to Beth Phoenix, a great actor. If you haven't seen Money Plane,
go watch it.
Go watch it.
We will have a
And
review.
we're gonna watch. Yeah, no, Money Plane. Money Plane might become an annual bit.
Oh, we're gonna have a review.
If you haven't
on this
seen,
channel.
you know what? Just go watch the Red Letter Media review of Money Plane. Their Half in the Bag episode. It's phenomenal. It'll change the way you look at probably life.
Yeah, shout out Rich Evans and Red Letter Media.
Yeah,
They got some good content.
So that was your 4.
That was my number 4. Adam
Right.
Copeland and Edge.
3? How about your 3?
My 3.
We're gonna go back and forth.
My number 3 is actually one of your honorable mentions.
Is it gonna be Christian?
No.
It's Rey Mysterio, though.
It is Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is my number 3, mainly because I freaking loved Rey Mysterio when I was a kid. I had a T-shirt with his face on it.
Yeah, it doesn't fit anymore.
No, it does not. It's very small.
Tried it on.
But yeah, I loved Rey Mysterio. I loved the whole 619. I didn't know custody of Dominic ladder match was a thing until you told me. Which when I saw it, I didn't watch until that was in like 2005, 2006.
Yeah,
I didn't start watching until probably like 2007.
The whole card is a meme with
it's just
Rey
fantastic.
and Eddie Guerrero and a young Dominic. Dominic has some real heel heat right now. It's entertaining to watch.
I mean, when I saw that was just it put me over the edge. So Rey Mysterio clocks in at 3 for myself.
All right, and my number 3 is the man out of Pittsburgh himself, the second real wrestler we'll talk about. That's Kurt Angle. He's another guy for me like The Rock, where if you just go online, you type in Kurt Angle funny moments, you will find something you have not seen before. He's hysterical. That's the only way to describe it. Mitch and I commonly, whenever a sports team is playing, Central Michigan is a boy in a man's world. And Penn State is a man that loves playing with boys. Like it's just
any team that the Penguins play is a boy.
Yeah.
In a man's world. And we're a man that loves playing with boys.
If you go and you watch some of his stuff from TNA Impact, that other brand that isn't Vince McMahon's, he was doing some crazy stuff. He was in a rough point in his life, but I mean, he was called the wrestling machine for very good reason.
So just absolutely love how he starts everything now with, "Hey everyone, it's your Olympic hero Kurt Angle."
True.
I love it.
Did you win a broken
Did
you win a broken medal with
a
broken medal with a
golden freaking neck? All right, so
I watched his A&E documentary yesterday and the second half when Penn State was getting slaughtered, and he's got a good story. You could make a whole Disney movie out of his Olympic medal from John DuPont and Dave Schultz, the Fox. I mean, they did make the Foxcatcher, but then if you go to Angle, he wins a gold medal against the Iranian. The Iranian thinks he wins. He writes about it in his book. It's a book from way back when. It's very much like a Disney movie. But he's got a great story. He's overcome a lot, and he was a cool guy to meet. He was wearing Thor: Love and Thunder shoes.
Yeah, that still blows my mind to this day. The fact that I zoomed into that picture and I was like, why is he wearing Thor: Love and Thunder shoes? How did he acquire Thor: Love and Thunder shoes?
I'm willing to bet he has a pair of Jurassic World ones too, because every now and then on Instagram it'll be like, "Hey guys, it's your Olympic hero Kurt Angle. I'm taking the family. We're going to the Cinemark in Robinson. Gonna go watch Jurassic World Dominion.
And at
Get
that
your
moment,
tickets at the box office or online at Cinemark."
And at that moment, Logan gets in his car, drives to the Cinemark, tries to hunt down Kurt Angle.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Oh man.
All right.
Kurt's awesome.
All right, so I know I said we were going to go back and forth. My top two are they're not 1 and 2. They're 1A and 1B because I can't figure out how to differentiate.
I know who both of them are.
I know you do,
but I will go ahead. I have to know who both these are. If I'm wrong, there's no way around it. But yeah. I'll say my number 2.
I do. You can bet your life on this
because my number 2 will flow right into your top 2 very easily. My number 2 is The Undertaker. My number 2 is The Undertaker. I loved watching The Undertaker back in like 2008 when he was the World Heavyweight Champion. And he was fighting he was fighting Edge. He was fighting, I think he fought Randy Orton at one point that year. I mean, I remember he faced this one undefeated Russian guy that came in. I think his name was like Vladimir Kozlov or something like that. Yeah, Kozlov. And he beat him, and it was, I don't know, 2008, 2009 Undertaker, 2010 Undertaker, even when he fought Kane in the burial match or whatever it was called. I forget. Yeah, Buried Alive match. So much fun.
His WrestleMania matches against Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Those 4 matches are all
incredible,
poetic. They're all great storytelling.
The Hell in the Cell one with Shawn Michaels as the referee and against Triple H.
You need to go watch their Crown Jewel DX versus Brothers of Destruction.
I should do that actually.
Very bad.
All right, well,
one of my number ones is Good old Undertaker.
Yep.
Love him
Is
as
he
well.
1A or 1B?
He's 1A. It doesn't
All
matter.
right, all right, 1A.
Doesn't matter.
W.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
Yeah, Undertaker. Love him. Who's your number one, Mitch?
Oh, my number one first?
Yeah.
My number one is the cult of personality
scared.
himself, CM Punk.
He was almost an honorable mention.
I'm a huge CM Punk fan because I, number one, adore his theme song because I'm a huge fan of Killswitch Engage. So that's enough to put him in top 5 automatically. Same thing with Edge. He has Metalingus from Alter Bridge. We listened to that song
That's
on
a different
repeat.
video where we talk about our
Repeat in the
favorite
car.
entrance songs.
True. But yeah, CM Punk number one. I don't know. I loved all of his heel stories that he had, and when he stole the WWE Championship and left the company, and oh yeah, it just doesn't get better than that, man. CM Punk is the man. Logan, that leaves us with one final.
Final one is perhaps the GOAT of wrestling, period, and that would be Steve Borden himself, the man known as Sting.
Right.
He was he's still wrestling for AEW, which is really scary because he's 62 years old.
When does he wrestle for AEW is the question.
I don't know. I know that whenever he does, they advertise it.
Is he like an Undertaker thing, or he's like, I come back once a year and I
don't
fight at
know.
WrestleMania? Does AEW have a WrestleMania?
I don't know.
Is it called like WrestleFest?
Tony Khan has no idea what he's doing. He's going to waste millions of dollars on that company. He already has. He will continue to.
Just love the CM Punk video of him turning on AEW in that press conference, and Tony Khan looks over and he's like, "What is he saying? This is not in the script."
Or AEW goes under, that all the wrestlers, the Triple H just laughs at him.
So you're saying that WWE will outlast AEW?
Yes.
Would
100%.
WWE have outlasted AEW if Vince McMahon was still in charge of the company?
Yes, but not as well.
Great, fair.
Because
I mean, Triple H has brought back some big names already.
I mean, the best tag team right now in AEW, I think, they're called the Ascension. And
Weren't they in WWE?
I don't know, but they do the thing with old Bobby Fish, I think his name is. I could be wrong. But they do their thing where they do the ooh, scissor me daddy.
What?
I'm providing no further commentary on that. But Sting back in the day starts off with the bleached hair, colorful face paint. The eccentric guy, fantastic. Years later goes on, becomes the Crow Sting, taking on the NWO. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat? Taking down Hogan and the NWO. Moves over to TNA with Dixie Carter and that company.
All true.
I have no positive words for that company, except that they had Kurt Angle at one point.
They did.
Then they brought in Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff, who were two of the people most responsible for the downfall of WCW.
Eric Bischoff is like number one on that list.
I'll tell you what, if you want to get me viscerally pissed off, just pull up the WrestleMania match between Triple H and Sting, because Sting should have won.
He should have, but he didn't.
For some reason, they think of it as like, oh, well.
Oh my God, the NWO's here. Oh my God, DX is here.
Yeah. They're like, oh, WWE beat WCW, so Triple H beat Sting. No. Sting is better.
They
Sting
should, if they wanted a good storyline, they should have had Sting beat him.
They should have just.
And then had like Triple H on a revenge arc.
I mean, the reason Sting didn't sign with WWE at the beginning was because he didn't like what they were doing with the rest of the WCW guys, and he was right.
All factual information.
Yeah. Or so we're going to act like it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it is.
But, well, is there anything else?
I don't think so. This is
my top 5.
Yeah.
Kane, Rock, Kurt Angle, and then a tie at the top of the pedestal, Undertaker, and the man known as Sting.
In my top 5 being Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Edge, Rey Mysterio, followed by Undertaker, and number 1 overall, CM Punk.
I think the next thing we're doing is a little movie review discussion of the 2003 cinematic hit, Disney's The Haunted Mansion. I know what you're thinking. Isn't that a ride? Yes, it is.
You know what else it is? It's a movie with Eddie Murphy. So
but that's a conversation for another time.
That is right.
That's a fumble.
Oh my God.
And they picked it up.
All right. Well, awesome.
That's all I got. But I can't think of anything funny to say. I'd like to come up with something.
You have your sign off always.
Well, I do, but I wanted to put a little stinger before it.
That's fair.
It'd be like, hey, stay classy.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Yeah, stay classy. I'll tell you what, San Diego, they might be going to the World Series.
I think the Phillies take him out in this next round, but I think you have.
I think we all know
possible.
Right now, we all know that the team to beat is the Houston Astros.
Yeah, I would agree with that because I think the Yankees are done. I think they're going to lose to the Guardians. I think they're going to choke.
But nonetheless, until then, thank you for bearing with me.